As we delve deeper into understanding skill acquisition via ecological dynamics, we find ourselves at a point where we must not just investigate the moment, that being a football interaction, a pass, a trick, a tackle, a long ball over the top, but also the moments leading up to that football interaction. We must understand each player's background, the country that they were born in, the community that they belong to, the school that they went to or didn't go to, and the family and friends that surround them. In this video, we'll describe this as the form of life, a phrase termed by Wittgenstein. In 2014, two Dutch blokes, Julian and Eric, came along and published this article, A Rich Landscape of Affordances. What they discussed, or what they did, was borrow form of life to explain Gibson's understandings of the ecological niche. You see, the ecological niche underpins the landscape of affordances that are available to an animal, and the landscape of affordances ultimately determine which affordances an animal will act on. The landscape of affordances is the way an animal's attention or attunement has been directed towards certain affordances dependent on the niche that they live through. Explainer.
Imagine we could place Iniesta, Ronaldo, or Neymar at the top of the 18-yard box facing forward in exactly the same situation. Iniesta passes, Neymar takes the opportunity to dribble, and Ronaldo shoots. Why? Perhaps it's because Iniesta is more attuned to the opportunity to pass, and Neymar more attuned to the dribble. But why is the affordance to pass more attractive than the affordance to dribble, and vice versa? This is where understanding the player's background, movement history, social and cultural context become crucial. Let's put this another way. You have a bowl of rice in front of you with a fork on one side and chopsticks on the other. Which do you reach for? Or you're in a bar and you see space at the pool table and space on the dance floor. Both provide the opportunity to socialize and have some fun, but where do you go? Pool table or dance floor? Whether it's chopsticks versus forks or pool tables versus dance floors, one is a more attractive movement opportunity. But why? Let's generalize to make the point. Where would the majority of Aussie blokes go in the pool table versus dance floor scenario? And where would the majority of Brazilian guys go? Picture Ronaldinho or Neymar. You know where they're going. But again, we must ask why. Well, in a multitude of subtle ways, the society and culture we are brought up in privileges some movement opportunities over others. Within every context, there are social and cultural constraints that influence what is more attractive and how we perceive our opportunities for action. Like the dinner table or the bar, the football pitch provides a landscape of affordances: pass, shoot, dribble. But the attention we give to each affordance may be deeply influenced by sociocultural constraints. What we are learning is that these constraints can be more pervasive and insidious than we imagined, shaping patterns and trends found in culture and society at the macro level. They filter down to influence microenvironments and our moments of perception action on the pitch. Indeed, over years they have filtered down to shape our form of life. The form of life has been described as the availability of sociocultural practices that defines a dominant way of doing things.
A case study by Jimi Vaughan. Now, to be honest, researchers are pretty mental, and in this case, Jimmy's no different. He wanted to understand how the form of life and the socio-cultural constraints ultimately led to the way that Barca play today. So what did he do? He became a tour guide. He went on an amazing journey, understanding how Barca became the club it is today. But importantly, from the point of view of this video, he started to grow an understanding of how a specific moment of play, and indeed a style of play, is the accumulation of many previous moments.
This is the Clásico last December, and the mosaic on the right of the screen shows a picture of Castellers, the national sport in Catalonia, which is basically building human pyramids. In this sport, the wider the base and the more people involved, the better the performance. This is a sport whereby the community demonstrates its strength and unity through its wide foundations. Width is a key feature of the Catalan Gothic churches as well. The width allows all people to be in the same room, sharing the same space, and then for the width of the building symbolizes the desire for equal and strong communities. We can also see this in Barca's play. The width is evident for people to see, and it's about sharing the space on the pitch. One of the most famous Catalan Gothic churches is Sant Maria del Mar. This church was built for the people, by the people, and embodies the people's desire for a more equal and egalitarian society by being the widest church. Striving for a more equal and fair society has been evident as far back as the turn of the first millennia, when Barcelona became the capital of Catalonia and a more socially responsible form of feudalism emerged under the Count Kings of Barcelona. In this game, we see the Barcelona under-19s playing the Espanyol under-19s. And as you will have noticed, the ball is moved patiently from side to side, utilizing the full width of the pitch. This allows space to emerge in the middle of the pitch. As we'll see here, the ball is played into one of Barcelona's number 8s. The width of the pitch isn't just utilized using short passes. Longer passes are also used to switch the play, as we see here when the under-19s played Porto. Here we have an example from the senior team. This is a famous match against Paris Saint-Germain when Barcelona won 6-1 and overcame a 4-0 deficit in the Champions League. So again, you'll see the width being used and the opportunities to switch the play.
These are only some examples of possible socio-cultural constraints that have led to the Barca style of play that we see today. But ultimately, what does this all mean for us as coaches? We need to understand the context, culture, and societies our players develop in, requiring a critical reflection on society and culture itself. We should not put aside moments leading up to football interactions. In fact, I think we should embrace the non-linear journey, the complexity of development, and continue to aid each individual's moments, because those moments will lead to a new moment. I hope you enjoyed the video and the new style. Feedback, as always, is encouraged and appreciated. There's more information in the links below, and thank you for watching.